So welcome back, guys, to another video, and I'm pretty sure you guys have had that moment where you're like, I'll get back to it. This game's a lot of fun, but I'll get back to it and finish it eventually, and you never do. And it's a game that you love, and this is going to be a video response to my friend John, aka the Retrobro, who made a video talking about 5 games he loves but never finished. Now, I myself have had this issue before many times. I blame my ADD because sometimes it's hard for me to stay focused on a bunch of video games, and sometimes I don't finish them despite that I love them. So I got 5 games that I grabbed from my collection, and I was like, you know what, these are 5 games I need to get back to and I need to finish, but I just never have. Now the first one is going to be a JRPG, and I made a very similar video to this about 2 years ago where I talked about JRPGs that I enjoyed but never finished, and this is another entry to that list. This is Trials of Cold Steel, released for the PlayStation 3. Now, I bought this game, I didn't know anything about it. I pretty much got sold by the packaging and the fact that it was a Falcom XC title, and I was like, oh man, okay, I got some extra money in my pocket, this is cheap, I need to go ahead and buy it. And this is actually a pretty good game. It's got a lot of the social aspects that you would say in games like Persona. In that aspect, it's not pure Persona, but it's got that social link-esque to it, and the battle system's really fun. It is, though, a very slow burn, and that's where some of my problems go with JRPGs now. Now, back when I was younger, I could play, 3 or 4 JRPGs back to back. I just don't have the time for that anymore, and I went about about 5 or 6 hours into this game, and something happened. I ended up playing something else and got totally distracted. Now, they are making a HD remaster of Trials of Cold Steel 1 and 2 on the PlayStation 4 and Vita, and I believe the PC, and I might go back and start playing it that way, depending on one of my biggest gripes of this game. It's a very major gripe to me, but maybe minor to some, but it does have English voice acting, and it's atrocious. Now, if the HD remaster, if I can actually play the game with English subtitles and Japanese voice acting, I'll be all about it. I'll jump on it like white on rice, but I personally don't mind reading subtitles, but I cannot stand cringe-worthy voice acting. That's just my callous when it comes to Japanese games. So Trials of Cold Steel, very fun. I need to get back to it. Next one is it's a short game, which is surprising that I haven't finished it, and I got it for like $15 at the time, and that's Transformers Devastation. Now, when Platinum Games teamed up with Hasbro and made a hack and slash of one of my favorite childhood cartoons, this is pure Generation 1 Transformers. No Michael Bay, just pure Optimus Prime in his pure awesomeness form. I unfortunately never finished this game, and I think it's just because I might have gotten Splatoon or maybe Mario Maker at the same time I got this game, and I played a little bit of it, and then I started playing Splatoon or Mario Maker, and those games really took a lot of my game time. I really loved those 2 games. So this one unfortunately suffered a back burner. Now this one right here is another JRPG that I repeat that I hate, that I did not finish this game yet, and that is Final Fantasy 15. Now, one of the reasons why I'm kind of upset that I didn't finish this is because this was also a gift to me. My friend Amanda sent me this game, and we started playing it through PS4 SharePlay. We were actually playing it together, and she was like telling me how much this was a great Final Fantasy. It was her favorite Final Fantasy since Final Fantasy X, and I was like, all right, I really need to play this, and it is a very good Final Fantasy. The story is really easy to follow, which is sometimes some of my problems with JRPGs. Sometimes I feel like the story is so, out there, and it's trying to be so obscure that it's kind of hard to follow. Granted, also there's times that the game doesn't actually start getting fun until you play about 5 or 6 hours into it. So you're playing a convoluted story with mechanics that are just like, oh, just wait for it. It's not a slow cooker, I like to play video games that grab me from the moment I play it, and Final Fantasy 15 did that. I really love the brotherly love. I love the friendship that this game really thrives on. It almost made me think of the Ninja Turtles sometimes with their personalities. So I went about 10 hours into this game, really enjoyed it. Then I got a Nintendo Switch and started playing with that. I started playing, Mario Kart online with my friends. I went and started playing Yakuza 3 on the PS3, and unfortunately, this game got put on the shelf, and I do need to pick it back up. With winter's coming, I need to play more JRPGs. That's like my favorite season, to play some of these long, crunching games. Now, this game right here was published by GameStop, and it would explain all the swag you saw when the game came out. It had t-shirts, clocks, Funko figures, everything, and that is Song of the Deep. Now, I got this game because it really intrigued me. It was very cheap. It was retailed, I believe, at $30, and I was like, all right, I need to get this. And even GameStop themselves were trying to tag this as a Metroidvania, which is hilarious that a subgenre has gotten so popular that even corporations are like, hey, it's a Metroidvania. It's kind of like, you know, that really, really not so cool dad, like being like, hey, listen to some Black Sabbath, kid. You know, it's really weird. But unfortunately, I had a really bad experience with this game, in the sense that when I first got it, the first thing I did was jump on PS4 and live streamed it. And this is a game I don't think that you should just live stream the moment you get it, at least for me anyway. Sometimes I have to kind of build myself up to go and live stream a game. I have to play it and be kind of selfish and play it by myself and enjoy it. And this is one of those games that's very atmospheric. It's kind of more slow gameplay than I expected. I mean, I should have expected it to be slow because you're in a submarine, but you know, instead of calling this game a Metroidvania, I would say this is more of a underwater Blaster Master, and that's not a bad thing. That's not a bad way to describe it. Really fun game, but unfortunately, I never finished it. I need to get back to it. And the last game I want to talk about is right up my alley. It's a remake of a retro game called Target Earth. It's got mechs, it's a side scroller, but it's hard as hell, and that is Assault Suit Linos, or Linos. I still don't know exactly if I'm pronouncing that right, but this is a really fun title. It came out, it retailed at $20. I was like, oh, I gotta get it. I bought it, played it, had so much fun. But then it got really, really difficult, and I was like, you know, I'm gonna sit it down for just a second, and play something else. And of course, that led to, you know, a little bit, led to days, led to weeks, led to months, and I still have not finished it. And it's a really fun title. I do recommend it, even more so now that it's so cheap. This is such a cheap title. But that is 5 games that I love that unfortunately I had never finished. And you guys can make a video response on John's video, because I'm gonna have a link on the description below to his channel. Name some games that you guys enjoy that you haven't finished. Let's start this whole like little, you know, response video thing that YouTube's been known for. That's what the gaming community was at one point. And let's continue that. I would love to see some of your responses as well, and leave some comments below. I'd love to hear your thoughts. And don't forget, guys, to hit that bell. I know I sound like a broken record saying this, but that bell right beside the subscription button notifies you whenever there's new uploads, whether it's response video, audio podcast, live stream, what have you. Whatever I'm doing on my channel, you guys will be notified via email if you hit that bell. So anyway, guys, as always, thanks for watching, thanks for subscribing, and as always, happy gaming.
Can't get enough of Access Gaming Podcast? Be sure to check out our audio podcast on podomag.com. You can also subscribe to us on iTunes. And if you have a YouTube channel or podcast you'd like to share, be sure to check us out on Facebook on our group page and join the community. As always, guys, thank you so much for all the support, and happy gaming.